Welcome back, YouTubers, to another Smackdown review of us, the British Fist.
Good shit.
Of course, if you want to support us out there, you know what to do. I hope to see people walking down the street doing this, maybe in America and Britain. Make sure you guys subscribe up above, of course. Like this video, comment your thoughts on Smackdown down below in that comment section, as you always do.
And please, make sure you contact us in the links in the description box below.
I am Mr. Parkin, but you already know that. But you also know that this guy sitting next to me in the purple shirt, dancing around, waving his arms, is NJ! What's up? What's up, NJ? What's up to you guys out there? Should we get straight into the Smackdown review, NJ?
Let's go for it.
We started off with your favourite wrestler.
Triple H.
Why don't you take it off?
Well, Triple H opens the show. He does a thing that, I guess he's hyping up the biggest match on SummerSlam, which is the Cena versus Punk.
The match that's selling.
Again,
isn't it?
There's been videos, there's been promos, there's been people talking about it. It's still as big as it is, so you didn't really need to introduce this on SmackDown. But then he goes on announcing the matches that we're going to get tonight on SmackDown.
Yep, he announces Cody Rhodes and Cedric Jackson for the Intercontinental Championship. Orton and Carly as the main event, and Alberto Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan, Money in the Bank winner versus Money in the Bank winner for later tonight. So, opening segment, we got hype for the main event of the pay-per-view, which is the main selling point of the pay-per-view, in my opinion. And 3 matches made for the night. So, overall, you know, good beginning part of the segment. And then Christian comes out.
And this is where I thought, I predicted he was going to come out because he normally comes out and moans about something.
He's a champion, so he should really be out in the
Well,
segment,
yeah,
really.
but again, all he did was moan. So when he started moaning, I thought, okay, but it got worse as he moaned because then he brought this lawsuit thing.
Yeah, he says that he is suing WWE as Orton has mental issues, and Triple H just comes to him and says, "No, I'm the boss. You're the employee. If you breach, you'll be in breach of contract." And it's just like, why have you done all this? You know, why? What was the point of all this? I really don't understand.
Why are you doing this to me? Why are you doing this to me? Why?
Actually, did a really good impression there. Why was this needed? Why did Christian need to go off on this rant? And I don't understand. I really don't. Did this segment really need that?
It should have been left, in my opinion. Yes, Christian the champ. It should have been left for Triple H, booking the match, booking the night, and then leaving.
Exactly. I think you should have just booked the match between Christian and Sheamus after a little tiny bit of interaction, then done with it there. Then it would have been an effective opening segment. But instead, we got half of it was effective, the other half was just pointless twaddle.
That was pretty much it, yeah.
Yep. So this segment was really drawn out as well, wasn't it? Why couldn't they just shortened it? I don't know.
It could have been done better with shortened, but they didn't do that.
Christian was too busy moaning. But then he announces. Triple H announces Christian will be going up against Sheamus in the opening match. Christian usually seems to have the first match on the card, even though he's the World Heavyweight Champion. Is that a bit of a problem, really, when you don't have your World Heavyweight Champion closing the show?
It should have been maybe Orton, who's the number one contender, as the start of the match, and then the champ, who's meant to be the big thing on SmackDown in the main event.
Because this is a strong match, which I feel could have made the main event. Christian versus Sheamus is a main event match, in my opinion, on a SmackDown. In this match itself, it was a somewhat good match, I thought. You're always going to get a good match between these two, both very good workers. But then Christian just walks out.
But the thing about this is that you've got them both at SummerSlam. They both got a match.
They both need to look strong.
They both need to look strong. At the same, but the thing is that the bad thing is, Dan said, Christian walked out. And my point about that is you have Christian, who's the World Heavyweight Champion, who's meant to be able to go up against anybody and prove himself. And he walks away from Sheamus, and I just thought that was bad, but also good because obviously it doesn't make him look one stronger than the other, leading to some
stuff. The victory wasn't clean, which is the good thing about it. But at the same time, why are you making Christian look this week just before your pay-per-view? In fact, why was this match even made? Why don't you just, if you don't want to bury Christian, why don't you just have a promo segment in the middle of the card or something? I don't know. Why have him go against Sheamus is what I don't understand.
No, but again, the short match they had, it looked decent. It made Sheamus look strong. Christian
look weak.
yeah, that's a sad thing. But
So yeah, I really don't understand why they did this. Again, another meaningless match, which is caused by SmackDown's lack of roster. It shows here, doesn't it?
It does.
Yep. The booking there is becoming increasingly awful, as we know from old SmackDowns. But next, we did get a decent segment. We got Beth Phoenix and Natalya versus AJ and Caitlyn. Now you have two strong heels in Beth Phoenix and Natalya, just made heel turns, and you got AJ and Caitlyn, two faces, two sort of baby faces that the crowd can get behind. I don't mind this. It was a squash match.
I'm thinking that because again, it was a really, really short match, unlike the Raw Divas match. The thing I liked about this is the way it finished. It looked like AJ was going to do a move to Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix turned it into a finisher, and I just thought that was an awesome way to finish it.
It was a good way of finishing the match. It makes the Divas look strong. I don't mind the match being... I mean, as much as I don't like short matches, I don't mind it being short as long as you're making the person going into your pay-per-view look strong. So, in my opinion, a good segment.
And they did, because after the match, they continued to beat down. So I thought the way they've done both... Natalia, I guess she's a new heel. We need to make her look strong. And Beth Phoenix has got a match that sometimes you need to make her look strong.
And at the moment, I'm really digging this whole the good Divas wrestlers versus the model Divas. I think it's really working. It's really doing well for the Divas divisions. It's elevating those people that we really haven't seen that much in Beth Phoenix and Natalia.
That's very true. I like the whole idea what they're doing.
Another good Divas segment, in my opinion. You won't hear that being said very often on the British Fest, but it was. No. Next, we had... Was it Sin Cara or... No, because he was slightly whiter and slightly more overweight. It was Sin Cara versus Tyson Kidd. Or in other words, FCW wrestler Hunico versus Tyson Kidd. And the first thing that Booker T said was, oh, Sin Cara's put on a little bit of weight. And you're thinking to yourself, aren't you going to try and at least sell this as Sin Cara? Come on!
It was kind of disappointing because you could tell by the look of him he weren't the real Sin Cara anyway. Sorry for the people that didn't know that. But yeah.
Oh, fuck it,
then, yeah.
This match was 3 minutes long. Sin Cara versus Tyson Kidd, I really expected this to be a 10-minute match, just as a good match on the card. Instead, it got 3 minutes. It could have gone for a bit longer, but I guess Hunico is not at that stage yet where he can wrestle a long match against Tyson Kidd.
You have to be careful, because he might have slipped up and made... Sin Cara would not slip up that bad, but no. I guess they made it short. And the way the match was, for a 3-minute match, it was short, but at the same time, it was effective.
Yeah, it was quite effective for the time it got, even though you get enough. I guess, can't wait for the real Sin Cara to come back then.
Whenever that'll be.
Yep, probably after SummerSlam, I imagine.
Probably, yeah.
That's when his ban's over, because he did drugs. Oh my god. Next, we have a match which I thought was going to be very good. It was Alberto Del Rio versus Daniel Bryan, and I thought it was going to be good purely because you've got two good wrestlers who can work a great match there. My only problem is Money in the Bank winner versus Money in the Bank winner. Don't you want to make them both look strong going into a pay-per-view or going into a future push? Because you want to make them believably viable champions. And this match, although it's a good match on paper, just the booking just kind of pisses me off.
But the thing about the commentary made a good point. This match has not been really done before. Money Bank versus Money in the Bank.
It doesn't need to be done though.
No, but I'm just thinking this was quite interesting because we have. I know it was like they both
3.5 minutes. Oh.
I know that was a point, but I'd just say it was something different. It was Money Bank winner versus Money Bank winner.
3.5 minute match, which Del Rio wins clean with a cross arm breaker after Daniel Bryan sells the shoulder injury.
I was expecting more from Daniel Bryan because
I expected more from both.
In the past couple of weeks, we've seen Daniel Bryan doing all these submission moves. So, and in this, he didn't really show himself as well as he could have done.
Right.
So I'd like to repeat the win. So I guess he's looking strong, ready for whatever's going to happen to him in the future.
Why can't they just both look strong? Why don't you have Del Rio not on SmackDown, have Daniel Bryan beat a jobber heel, and have Wade Barrett even have Wade Barrett interfere in this match, cause a DQ victory. Then you can hype for your match of the pay-per-view, which was announced there, which we think we're going to get. Why not do that instead of just having Del Rio win clean? I don't understand WWE SmackDown's incessant, to make people win clean all the time. It just buries them.
But with this Wade Barrett thing, when he came out at the end of the match, we had Daniel Bryan doing it to him that other week, and now we have Wade Barrett come on top of Daniel Bryan, so I thought it was brilliant the way they did it.
It's good how they did it. I just really wish he would have interfered in the match. But he interfered after the match, attacked Daniel Bryan. All I can say there is, hooray, Barrett's come on top 1 week. Yay! And he's got a match with Daniel Bryan at the pay-per-view, which we know he's probably going to lose because Daniel Bryan is the Money in the Bank winner and needs to look strong. Right, so now we move on to the From the Vault segment. But instead of reviewing this, we're going to do our own From the Vault segment, aren't we, NJ?
We are.
Cut to the clip. I don't understand why WWE made this match the opening match. Alberto Del Rio versus Edge for the World Heavyweight Championship. Why do you make one of your world straps the opening match? I don't really understand that at all.
Well, when it happened, I thought at first I did think, what the hell? But at the same time, thinking a match to get the crowd alive. They wrestle with Edge, who fans love. Alberto, who people are starting to like in the match. So.
But it's one of your main title straps. I don't see why they're putting it as the first match. That's just my gripe. I mean, the match itself, I didn't even think really lived up to its hype.
No.
And I don't think the right guy won either. I predicted Alberto Del Rio to win after his huge push, and now they've just so de-pushed him to a point where he's just going to go back to mid-card obscurity, like Sheamus, Wade Barrett, and people like that.
Well, two things about the match. I wanted to quickly say, Brodus Clay and Christian both. Yeah, Christian fought against Brodus Clay, but he didn't really. Neither of them did really much in them.
No, I expected Christian to get involved at least at some point. Maybe more involvement from Christian, but it didn't actually happen. After that lovely From the Vault segment provided by us, the British Fist, our WrestleMania review, bloody hell, that was one hell of a review. We get our Intercontinental Championship match between Cody Rhodes and Ezekiel Jackson. Right before a pay-per-view. Immediate question here is, why instead of making this match on Smackdown a title match, why don't they build up to a feud and have the match on a pay-per-view and garner some interest for the pay-per-view by having this match? I don't understand why they made this match on Smackdown.
Because the thing is, I'm going to agree with that point, because backstage we had Theodore Long backstage with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. He could have announced the match then. He had a perfect chance to, right there.
Just like Raw.
But he didn't.
Nope. So basically we get this match. It's 4 minutes long. And to be honest, let's just cut to the chase. Cody Rhodes wins. I'm supposed to believe that in 4 minutes, on a random SmackDown match that isn't even that was pre-announced in the main event, that I'm supposed to believe that Cody Rhodes is your new Intercontinental Champion. How can I believe that a belt like the Intercontinental Championship, which is now a prop, really, has just gone down like that? I really don't understand why they couldn't have done it at a fucking pay-per-view.
Well, there's two things I want to say about this. Number one is that Cody Rhodes did say he's going to make meaning to a title.
He needs to.
So I think he's going to try and make meaning to the Intercontinental. And the second point is that there's been rumours I've been reading that there's going to be a rematch at the pay-per-view, but it's not been announced.
Oh, God. If we see a rematch of the pay-per-view, why would we care when we've already seen Cody Rhodes win?
Even though he was strong in that match.
He was strong after the match, wasn't he? When he beat up Cody, when he beat up Ted DiBiase.
And after the match. So it's a good point. So I think that made... See, even though he lost his championship, he didn't look weak. And Cody Rhodes is now the champ, so we've got to see what goes with that.
I guess that could tease a SummerSlam match. I don't really know how. I really wish they'd announced it, but whatever. Next segment we got was a segment which I personally liked, and I just want to say why. Mark Henry versus Johnny Curtis. Not only did you have Mark Henry looking strong by beating a jobber going into the pay-per-view, but you also buried a guy with no personality, a guy who can't do promos, his voice is boring, he's the shit version of Randy Orton. You buried Johnny Curtis in the process. That, to me, is a fucking win right there for SmackDown and WWE and us fans.
The good thing about this is we had a segment before where Mark Henry used his own line, break a leg, which I thought makes sense, yeah, because obviously the whole snap with the chair thing. And the match itself, I was hoping that Johnny Curtis was going to lose his debut match.
And he did.
Luckily, he lost it. But that's a bit poor for Johnny Curtis to go against someone as big as Mark Henry, but I'm not complaining. No, Johnny Curtis lost.
I'm not complaining either, mate. I don't know why you even said that, but whatever. You know, and afterwards the match, Sheamus comes out and makes a save. So there's a bit of interaction there between Sheamus and Mark Henry, so I guess that did well to hype for the pay-per-view. I was hoping this would happen. These two haven't really touched properly yet, have they? Which is why I'm kind of looking forward to this match. They've interacted, but not really touched properly.
Sheamus was hinting for it to happen, but Mark Henry did the right thing and just stayed out.
It was good hype going into the pay-per-view, I do feel, this segment. And you buried Johnny Curtis. Thank fuck for that. Fuck that chip off your shoulder. Get that fucking elephant out of that fucking hat, you twat. I don't even... Him or Zack Ryder, who would you rather be fired?
I'm more of a fan of Zack Ryder, so I'm going to say get rid of Johnny Curtis, please.
Same here. Next, we have Johnny Curtis version 2, Randy Orton, versus the Great Khali in the main event match. Why the fuck was this the main event match? Fucking hell. Because it's got Orton in it.
Well, Khali's been knocked back quite far back, so he shouldn't really be in the main event. It's kind of bad to have him in it.
Yeah.
But the match, it weren't anything special, obviously, because of how bad Khali is.
4 minutes. Again, this is a theme throughout the whole night. Matches lasted no time. 4 minutes. You didn't give any time for the matches to tell a story or add hype to your pay-per-view or, you know, get to a decent finish. I don't know, you can really tell WWE has lost confidence in Jinder Mahal, can't you? He's just outside the ring, doesn't he?
Well, he's playing a manager role, so I guess it's giving him some involvement in WWE before they come up with some idea for him.
Because he is apparently very green at the moment, and I do, you know, that does suit him, I guess, if we want to keep him on TV. So I kind of like that.
Yes.
So basically, Orton wins with an RKO in 4 minutes. Predictable main event. We all know Orton's going to win. It makes him look strong going into the pay-per-view. And then Christian comes out and says that SummerSlam is going to change everything.
So you've seen Christian numerous times tonight.
Which is good.
I think it's all right, but at the same time, now it comes to this, and he hints that something special is going to happen at the match at SummerSlam that he's now agreed to go ahead with.
Can I just say, is this the best WWE could have done to hype us up for a no-holds-barred match, which is one of your main events at the pay-per-view? Is this the best thing they could have done, really?
Well, they've had the Christian Orton rivalry been building up over the last couple of weeks, so I guess that's fine. And I'm saying now that
on your go-home show,
there's something special about their match, which I'm just thinking it's going to be an interference from someone.
Just this main event didn't get me interested in their match at all. It just the way they put Christian out at the end just didn't get me interested. Do you know what I mean? It was just really vague and average. It just didn't do anything for the rivalry at all. It didn't seem.
No.
I'm gonna win. Bye.
But the good thing about this is that it's now hinting that the rivalry is going to be finished at SummerSlam.
Hopefully.
Let's hope so. And that will be the end of Christian versus Orton. And then it'll be whoever the champ is after SummerSlam versus, I don't know who'd be the next contender.
Sheamus probably, who knows. Please, but anyway, your overall thoughts on SmackDown this week and great.
Okay, I think it was better than what we have seen in some cases. Even though we said our good and bad points, I'm going to just say overall, the opening was good. It gave us the matches for the night. We had the Beth Phoenix and Natalia looking strong because obviously the ones who have a match at the pay-per-view looked quite strong, apart from Christian
and Daniel Bryan.
And Daniel Bryan. So I'm going to say that other than the title change, the rubbish Joey Curtis match, and the boring main event, I'm going to give it a C.
Oh, to me, SmackDown, I think on the go-home show to SmackDown, we still haven't had any matches announced for the pay-per-view more. You've had a title change, really, when you could have built up a match. You've had a fake Sin Cara in a match. No match lasted more than 4 minutes. You had Del Rio against Daniel Bryan, which could have been booked really differently going into pay-per-view. You need to them two look strong. The main event was really boring. The opener was very good and set up 3 matches. But Christian walking out on Sheamus, maybe I could have done that. It's just really bad booking on the show, in my opinion. I don't think it did too much to garner my interest going into the pay-per-view, apart from the Divas segment, I must say. So overall, I don't know. I really want to give this a C-. It really wasn't very good. I don't like the fact that usually SmackDown has very good wrestling. I'll give it that. And they didn't even have very good wrestling tonight. They didn't even really develop any storylines further, to be honest. But I don't know. Maybe I'll be wrong at the pay-per-view. We just need some matches announced, really.
That's true. I'm thinking what we got on SmackDown, it weren't the best, but then again, they weren't awful. So it weren't an awful show, but it just could have been better.
I'd be giving it a D if it was awful.
That's true.
Anyway, I might as well go into low as an F for once. But anyway, make sure you get your comments on SmackDown down below. Of course, we want to hear your thoughts on this show because we know your thoughts are very important to our reviews because we like hearing your thoughts. Right, so let's leave it there then, MJ. Let's go and do our SummerSlam predictions video, eh?
Let's go for it.
If we can get enough fucking matches to do it.
Yeah, we'll just have to guess some.
Yeah, we will, yeah. We could guess one from tonight. Wade Barrett versus Daniel Bryan.
Good one.
Anyway, that's been it up from us, the British Fist.
Good shit.
Thank you very much for watching once again, guys, and goodbye.